Carolina Zoo, guys. How pretty. How pretty is that? It's so good to see you guys. Everybody being pretty over there as well. Handsome, spectacular, fabulous, whatever words you want to use to describe you, I'm sure those work. I'm Steve, the North Carolina Zoo, Zoo Adventures, coming to you today from the North Carolina Zoo at a really cool habitat. Wendy's going to walk backwards. Wendy's here too. We have, I believe, Corinne, I think Kathy. I think there's somebody else on the question. I'll find out who that is for you. So we have people answering your questions. And we have a very cool shout out for you guys today. We're here at Bobcat today. We're going to learn about bobcats. We're going to meet Allie, the bobcat. Allie the bobcat. Thumbs up? Give us some thumbs up. Give us some shout outs. Where's some of you from? It's been kind of fun. When Wendy and I go back and look at these, we see where you're from. And we've seen people from all over the place, which is fantastic. So if you're enjoying these, give us that thumbs up, give us a shout out, give us a hey. You guys ready to meet Allie? I get to call Katie. Animal Management Supervisor Hagen is going to let Allie out. She said, just call me, I'll be ready. Let's see if she was ready. Education Durkin to Keeper Hagen. Katie, if you're ready, we're ready. Fantastic. Thank you, Katie. Jerk and clear.
We had a shout out from Nova Scotia.
Already? Yay, Nova Scotia. Oh, there's doors. There's doors. It's awesome to be able to share, and sometimes we get to share these animals that sometimes are really good hiders at the North Carolina Zoo. Some of you made comments on, oh my goodness. Look at that jumping skill already. Holy cow. She's like, what's going on? Can you see her back there, guys? She's sneaking up on you. The keepers have done a really cool enrichment here, and it's really different. A lot of times, you've been hearing some of the food enrichment that we do, different ways that we present it, different ways we share it. We got to make the animals look for it and work for it to kind of redo those foraging behaviors they would be doing in the wild for the enrichment. Here at the streamside habitat, these keepers have found out that Allie likes browse. And browse are those tree branches covered in leaves. And a lot of times she interacts with that. So we're kind of excited to see if she'll interact with those branches in there. There's some sweet gum and some sour wood. Now, Wendy and I are also new right now, so she might be a little bit, hey, what's going on here? But Allie is a bobcat. She arrived in 2014. She's about 6 years old. She weighs, oh, that's a nice shot. She weighs in about 25 pounds, so 2 or 3 times the size of a domestic house cat. And although, there you go. Isn't that neat? Different types of enrichment. This more tactile, this more maybe scent or smell or curiosity. Ways that we're able to increase those in them. She was an orphan, so she was discovered in South Carolina as a kitten. Came to the North Carolina Zoo in 2014 or so. I'm going to say this a few times, so just be aware. They do not make good pets. She's a little bit more used to people because she's been found as a kitten and has been under human care since then. She gets a modified cat food here, a specialized feline diet. And then for enrichment, some of the times for enrichment, she saw a cardinal go across her habitat there. For enrichment, she'll get whole prey items like mice or larger invertebrates. And that kind of mimics what she'd be getting in the wild. Hey, here she comes. That's Allie. How about some hearts and some loves on that one, huh? What is that, Allie? You've seen one of those before. You can see those white spots on the back of her ears, those large paws. Wendy, can you do me a favor? Can you picture the tail? Thank you. Ask and you shall receive. That's one way to tell the difference between bobcats and lynx. They're different. Bobcats and lynx are different. You see the bobcat's tail? There's a little bit of white on the tip and a little bit of white on the underside of that tail. The lynx's tail looks like it was almost dipped in an inkwell. It's more black all over. As we mentioned several times, and just for those of you who haven't seen these a lot, we do get to talk to the keepers and kind of find out some cool information. We asked the keepers, give us who Allie is. Who is Allie the bobcat? And they said she's kind of a typical feline. She can be very, very playful. She'll interact with the enrichment. She'll check things out, and then she's done. You guys know a cat like that by any chance? Interacts with enrichment, hanging out. It's all cool. It's all fun. It's play. I'm done now, human. I'm done. So she's very comparable in behavior to a house cat, but not an animal you want to have in your home. We have a question.
We had a question. How many bobcats do we have here at the zoo?
You're looking at her. You're looking at the bobcat in the North Carolina Zoo. And again, her name is Allie. She's about 6 years old. We think, and again, it's hard to know. You can't ask them, and there's not a whole lot of things to look at. We believe her birthday, or at least her birth month, is April. So she just turned 6. She's very vocal. She's also a cat. I love it. Lots of purrs. You'll hear her purring from time to time. If she's not very happy with you, however, she will growl at you. She's like, nope, get away. I'm done with you. I liked what Katie sent me. She said that she'll sometimes get on one of the high perches, and I'm sure that you guys can understand this. She'll get on one of the high perches and kind of look down her nose at us, that we're not worthy of being in her presence sometimes. Again, very cat-like, right? So the bobcat is the most common of the wildcats in North America. You'll find them all across the United States. So anybody in there, from wherever you're talking to us from, you'll find them all across the United States, into southern Canada, and into Mexico. So you find them all over the place, which is kind of neat. They've got those large paws, wonderful camouflage coat. You saw that really pretty kind of gray-brown coat. They're very stealthy hunters. Very stealthy hunters. They'll sit and wait for prey. And then pounce at it. Making sure that little delayed reaction there. I guess that's okay. She didn't know it was coming that time.
That was a sympathy reaction for you at home.
Ouch.
Oh, look, there's Allie.
Ouch. Wait. All right. Come back to the most common of the wild cats. She's not one of the big cats. She's not one of the what they call large cats. Some of you have heard big cats and small cats. That's not a real scientific thing, but this is not one of the big cats. Big cats can roar. They've got a bone in their throat. The big cats do. That's not completely bony. So it kind of vibrates when they make that sound. So that vibration of that bone, fancy science, it's called a hyoid bone. Since it's not all the way bony, it vibrates. And that's where that roar comes from. So if the lions, the tigers, leopards, and the jaguar can roar, but they are incapable of purring. These guys, the smaller cats, like Allie here, like the cougars we met earlier, they can actually purr. Excellent jumpers. Not quite cougar jumpers, but these little bobcats can jump straight up in the air about 12 feet. That's pretty good. That's a basketball hoop plus 2 feet. So they can get up pretty well. And a lot of you guys ask about speed a lot of the times, and sometimes we don't know what it is. You see her interacting with that. That's just play. She's like, I get you. You guys ask us about speed a lot of times, and sometimes we don't know the answers to the questions that you're asking, which is kind of cool for us. We've got to try to figure it out. These guys can reach 30 to 35 miles an hour when sprinting after prey. They need to run fast because one of their top prey items in their natural spaces, rabbits and hares. So rabbits and hares are one of their primary prey items. This habitat is really designed well. And if you're using kind of one of your great observation skills, you'll see within the habitat there's a lot of neat den spaces. Places where she could kind of curl up. There's a hollow log. There's some... Can you shovel? Can you see the log? Can you see the hollow log behind me? And then underneath out here, kind of a den as well. Those are the kind of dens she would use in her natural spaces. She's not going to take a burrow, but she's going to hide out in those dens. And she uses those dens as platforms, as kind of home base. Now, she may give birth in there. Now, she's never going to give birth. I should say that quickly. She's not going to only have the one cat. But in their natural homes, they use those dens to give birth. She's stalking. So they use those natural dens to give birth, to hide from predators, because cougars might hunt them. Wolves might hunt them.
Sniffing you through the glass.
Yeah, she was. You see where she was sniffing right there. What do you think, Allie? What do you think? You know what that is? That's in my notes. She's like, I don't care if it's your notes or not. How cool is this? Hey, Allie. How awesome is that? Welcome and meet Allie, guys. Our Bobcat, 6-year-old female. Oh.
She just tried to swat the camera.
Allie weighs in about 25 pounds. Again, guys, remember, these guys do not make very good pets. You can see Allie kind of being cat-like. But they're not domestic cats, guys. They're not domesticated. They're not used to being in your home. How cool is that? I do. I think she was sneaking up. I don't think she was stalking me. I think she was stalking you guys. She would come up to see what's going on in there in the camera. So, come back to the dens real quick because I didn't finish. There's one other thing that's really kind of cool. They don't dig their own dens. They don't dig their own burrows. They use the ones that are above ground. Hollow logs, crevices in rocks, underneath some really dense brush. And they also use those as hunting platforms, almost like a hunting blind. So she can get in those and then take off after prey. Again, remember, she stalks, she hesitates, and then she pounces on her prey. These guys can live to be maybe 10, 13, 15 years old. But at the zoo and under human care, she might live to be 25 or 30. And we've mentioned that several times, that at the zoo, the animals are able to live longer. Help me out here. Why? Why are you able to live longer under human care? Why can you live longer at the zoo? The amazing care from the keepers, the love and attention from the veterinarians, perfect supply of food all the time. And even as you get older, that food is still available to you. You guys asked how many do we have. We said we only have the one. We only have Allie. And in the zoo world, we have to pay attention to that. We can't just throw animals together willy-nilly, can we? So we have to learn about the animals, kind of what we call their natural history. What do they do in the wild? Well, bobcats climb, jump, use those dens. They forage for food, and they live by themselves. They're solitary animals in their world. So we don't want to make any drastic changes to their natural history, do we? We don't want to put 2 and 3 and 4 bobcats in there if that's not how they live. So there's a lot of that goes into designing a habitat and the population at the zoo. Same thing at bears. Well, you only have one brown bear. Well, yeah, because that's how they live in the wild. Anana and Nikita separated outside of breeding season because that's how they live in the wild. We have to pay attention to that. There's a lot of research, a lot of learning that goes into the animals we want to share with you, and then the homes that we create for them here in the space, here at home at the North Carolina Zoo.
She sees something out there that she likes.
They are territorial, but it's kind of unique. The females aggressively monitor their habitats, their territories. They're going to really make sure that no other animals, no other cats especially, bobcats, come into their space. And their spaces are 5 square miles or so, but they are delineated. Well, that is my space. Males, their spaces, their territories are much larger. Female about 5 miles, the males about 30. The male's habitat is about 30 square miles, but it will overlap with other animals. That habitat's going to overlap with others. Can I do my shout out?
Yes. You need a paper for this shout out.
I did need a paper for this shout out. This was on this. Hey, guess what? North Carolina Zoo. Red wolf pups. Right? How cool is this? We have red wolf pups. Not on us. We can't see them. And even when we open, they won't be able to be seen. But we have some pups. That's so exciting. Our shout out today is to you. Wendy and I get to go back and read these and watch them. And you see that Wendy answers questions after the lives. I get on and answer questions. So if you see North Carolina Zoo answering questions later on after this, a lot of times that's me if my name's not there. So Wendy and I are on there answering questions for you because it's awesome to connect. And we got to thinking, we see some names an awful lot, which is really exciting for us.
Oh, I have to break in for 1 second. We had someone that just donated their week's allowance to us.
Are you kidding me?
Leland, I think. It's scrolling by so fast. Leland donated his allowance on our donation button.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll get into this in a second. The donations that you guys have provided, and I know it's so hard to ask right now, but it's awesome to see over $1,100 already that you guys have helped us during these zoo adventures over $1,100 already. That is awesome. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate that. And I mean that. It's incredible that you guys, that we've been able to do over $1,100 over a few of these. So, the shout outs we want to give. We're going to miss somebody. I know we're going to miss people. People that have watched and tuned in and seen a lot. And I truly apologize for that at the bottom of my heart. I wish I could say them all. And when you do a list like this, you always miss somebody. But we did want to shout out to some folks that we're seeing regularly, and we're hearing from you and responding back to you. So, first names, last initial. Barbara W. Casey F. Charles S. And Charles, you actually asked, we'll go back and look at things. You were asking, can I find bobcats in my backyard? Absolutely, in North Carolina, you can. Cindy A., thank you so much. Dawn F. Aaron M., it's good to see you, good to hear from you. Fabian S. Hannah S. Julie F., thank you guys. And some of you commented on so many things in the past. Ken Kristen H., thank you very much for tuning in. Lisa H., Liz H., we have Lori W. replying to us and responding to us a lot. Patty R., look at Allie's even listening to these names. She wants to know who these people are too. Peggy F., Raina D., thank you so much. Renee R., Rick D., fantastic. Robbie G., and Susan G. That's alphabetical order, by the way. Nothing special about the order there. The names people answering questions, by the way, Bob was the other person answering questions. So thank you guys. And I know I missed some people. I know I did, and I truly apologize from the bottom of my heart. But know that we are going back, trying to respond to your questions. If you appreciate that, give us a like, give us a heart. So we appreciate those kind of things from us. It's kind of nice to see those for us as well. It's kind of that right now in this crazy time, this is our interaction with people. And it makes a tremendous difference for me. Wendy's back there nodding her head. Nod your head, Wendy.
Yes.
Nod your head.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes.
So Wendy's nodding her head as well. It's these kind of connections that have been so special. And to be honest, I didn't know we'd make them. I didn't know that we would do this. And it's really cool that we're able to do that. And share the North Carolina Zoo at this time of coronavirus. I know there's challenges. You guys are challenged in so many ways. You're doing some homeschooling. You're doing teaching that you didn't think you'd ever have to do. Some of you are teachers teaching in such a unique way as well now. And it's just a privilege to be able to come into your classrooms, into your living rooms, your dining rooms, onto your deck. Again, wherever we come to you, we are truly happy that you bring us into your lives Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 o'clock for Zoo Adventures. I have a craft to share with you.
Ooh, maybe she'll be impressed. Maybe she'll think you're one of her. Let's see. She doesn't look very impressed. Steve.
What?
She doesn't look very impressed.
She will.
Okay.
She's walking away.
You're so scary.
Purr. I can't growl. Can't. Wendy's going like this.
Rawr.
How about that for a craft? How fun is that? You can tie these little things around your head and turn yourself into a bobcat. Whoops. I'm crooked. But it's real simple. And the model, this is actually on our Adventures in Education group. Remember, you can go on. If you haven't done that, please do. Adventures in Education is a group on the North Carolina Zoo's Facebook page. You'll see these crafts, the write-up for the crafts. You can also see our activities that are going on in the wild, our zoo science. There's some other posts. Really cool thing now, they're doing some work with dogs. You can learn how to do some neat things with dogs. You can become that neighborhood naturalist from Bob. Kathy and Linda showing all kinds of cool play things you can do outdoors. Nikki and Leslie with their zoo classrooms and science projects. Adventures in Education, some really cool things to see. Wow. I mean,
It's perfect.
it's perfect. I should have said that.
Yeah, well.
You beat me to the punch. I hope you guys have truly enjoyed meeting Allie. Hearing, maybe you heard your name. I hope you did. We do truly appreciate everything you've done for us. And those donations are amazing, guys. Thank you so much for stepping up at this time and being able to share in that as well. It's really cool. So thank you so much for sharing that. Sharing your time and sometimes your money, which is tough right now. We do appreciate it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is Friday. Monday.
They're not going to want to miss Monday.
Ooh, should we at least tell them the animal?
They might want
You
to...
guys want to know the animal?
Let's just give them a hint.
Should they maybe like pack a
trunk? I think
Maybe
they should pack a trunk.
To visit with us on Monday to learn about that animal as well as some of the amazing conservation efforts the North Carolina Zoo is involved with to save that
Large?
Huge?
Ginormous?
No guesses. Unless you want to. So we will. We'll see you again. Zoo Education. I'm Steve. Wendy behind the camera. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, guys. We'll see you Monday. Do pack that trunk. Come visit with us. Have a great... It's going to be cool this weekend, but get out and enjoy it. At least cool in North Carolina. Hope you guys in the Northeast, hope it doesn't hit you guys too bad if you're there watching. Bye, guys. Enjoy. See you again soon. Stay safe.